This is Mr. and what I have for you today is day 144 on my Town Hall 11 upgrade progress. As you can see, I have two builders sitting by idly, not doing anything. Let's go to the upgrade base, have a look at what the situation is. Let's set that as active and we'll see how I'm going with the upgrades. I think I'll put the heroes back all together. Grand Warden there and King there. Okay, let's have a look, see what's actually going on the base right now. As we saw, all cannons are upgraded. As you can see here, all the air bombs are upgraded, all the archers are upgraded, wizards are upgraded, all of the air defenses are upgraded, mortars are upgraded, Expos, Teslas, Infernos, and both air sweepers, both bomb towers, in fact all of the barracks as well. All of the weapons are upgraded, and as we zoom in onto the bombs, you can see all of these big bombs have that little gold thing around it and the other little spiky gold band. The big bombs are upgraded. All that's left are these little bombs. There are 6 little bombs, and I have 3 builders engaged. Let's have a look at what they're doing. They're all on little bombs, and the only suggested upgrades I have left are walls, 199 walls to go, and a town hall. That means all weapons are done, and in 2 days everything is done on the base, or 2 days and 19 hours. Everything is done on the base. So that's 144 days. Obviously a little bit earlier than 144 days for all the weapons because I've got 2 idle builders and these little bombs were the last ones to go. So it was less than 144 days, and roughly call it 147 days if you like to upgrade from day 1 was the day that Town Hall became a Town Hall 11, so I called that day 1 instead of day 0. So that was day 1, and then 147 days later the main base part was upgraded and only the walls to go. Let's have a look at the lab, and then I'm going to talk about the walls a little bit. Okay, so I do have a book of instant upgrade for a troop, and what you can see is I've only got the 3 troops left to go, the witch, a hog and a Valkyrie, and 1 upgrade. So what I will be doing is I'll be letting the witch play out for 7 days, then I'll be instantly upgrading one of these troops and then putting the other one down. So at the moment the upgrade is 9 days, and I think that will actually come down to, once I have the other lab research things from the gold pass, that'll come down to I think maybe 9 days, fully just 9 days, or maybe even a little bit less than 9 days. Don't know, don't really care. Suffice to say that before this season ends, everything in the base will be fully maxed as far as troops go, and all weapons and the entire weaponry part side will be maxed. All that I have left to do are the wall pieces. Now regarding the wall pieces, okay, so I've got 199. If we said I had 200, it doesn't really matter what we say I've got left. Suffice to say, to do them all within a month, I've got more than 180. So 30 days in a month times 6 is 180. So if I did 6 wall pieces a day, I could do 180 wall pieces in a month. But I've got more than that. I've got almost 210. I've got a little bit less than that, which means less than 7 wall pieces a day, more than 6. Now the problem is with the wall pieces, they're 3.6 million. A standard wall piece is 4 million. To do 7 wall pieces in a day would require, for argument's sake, 28 million elixir. So 14 gold, 14 elixir. But in some way, shape or form, that's still not going to work out because you'll be ending up with not quite an even number. So you'll end up with, say, 12 million on gold, 12 million on elixir spent on walls, maybe a little bit, and then $1 million left over here or there. So it kind of doesn't work out. But if you just said your loot was 28 million, And if you said that each raid got you 1,000,000 loot, 500,000 gold, 500,000 elixir, it means you would have to do 28 raids a day that got you 500,000. And that includes your league bonus, whatever your league bonus is. So you'd be doing 28 raids a day, which averages out to a fraction more than one raid every hour for 24 hours. Now, assuming you actually are a person that has a job, so you're 8 hours at the job, take away a couple of hours for commute and other stuff. So maybe your job takes 10 to 11 hours a day out of your time because you've got getting ready to work, getting there a little bit early, delays, traffic, commute, coming home, going forward, and so on and so forth. So let's say your 8-hour a day job took 10 to 11 hours out of your day in total, and that includes time at home where you're doing things such as getting ready to go to work. You cannot be raiding. Okay, so even if it was 10 hours a day, and let's say you only slept for 6 hours a day, so you have 16 hours of your 24-hour day is devoted to things that you can't do, that don't enable you to do Clash, which means you only have 8 hours left in a day to do Clash. And then you have to do you still have to do your 28 raids a day in that 8 hours, which means you'd have to do 3 an hour, but your armies cost more than 20 minutes to make. Your spells will take more than 20 minutes. So unless you're boosting all the time, it's impossible, or unless you just don't sleep or whatever, it's kind of generally impossible to be making 28 million loot a day consistently every day non-stop for 30 days straight, unless there's something else going on that allows you to do that. But if you're working a normal 8-hour job and you're sleeping and you do have some time at home that is devoted to things related to going to work, and you do actually have a commute time where you leave your abode and you go to work and you travel, you're looking at 16 hours a day where you cannot play Clash and do your raiding, assuming of course you might be able to raid at work for all I know, but I'm just talking about it from a point of view of trying to finish the walls in 1 month, nearly 200 walls in 1 month. What are the logistics of getting that done? That is having 28, well, you'd actually have to do more than 28 raids a day. To make 28 million a day, you'd actually have to do 56 raids in a day. So now you'd be looking at more than 2 an hour for 24 hours straight. So then you factor that into 8 hours, you have to do magically 7 500,000 loot raids of gold and 500,000 loot elixir. You'd have to be doing 7 every hour in your spare 8 hours a day that you possibly have. So the logistics of that kind of aren't really there. Now obviously doing the gold pass, you get a rune of gold, rune of elixir. It doesn't really matter, I don't need either of them now, so even if like this season it's going to give me 2 runes of elixir and no gold, it doesn't matter, it would all go onto walls anyway. So there is that. Then there's the end of season 25 million, so that'll get me 6 wall pieces each as well. So at the end of each season I'll get 12 wall pieces. The runes will give me say 3 wall pieces by the time the discount comes into play, so I can get 18 wall pieces just on bonus loot for each season. So obviously the walls are going to take more than a month because I can't do 7 raids a day in my spare time for clashing, 7 raids an hour in my spare time for clashing to generate 28 million loot a day. I cannot generate 28 million loot a day, especially when I've got 3 Town Hall 11s I'm trying to do at the same time. So that's definitely not on, so something will have to give, and that either means stopping the progress on one Town Hall 11 and concentrating everything on one of them only to finish the walls, or spreading myself out still as I am, and just taking a little bit longer with the wall upgrades. So at the moment I have, we'll just have a look at the walls again, 199 walls to go, and at this stage all we're going to be doing in future update videos on this base is seeing how many walls I got done that week, and then trying to extrapolate each week, I suppose, how many weeks left I possibly have going. But I'd like to conservatively think I can possibly do 2 walls a day on a conservative level, not including the bonus walls I can do at the end of each month with the gold pass, and not including what I can do due to runes or things like that, and possibly the winning of wall rings as well. So I'm not including those. I'm just talking about if I just straight out had to spend money on raiding without any of that extra money coming in. I believe I can do 2 wall pieces a day on each base, and so therefore at a conservative, I'm looking at 100 days. It will actually be less time than 100 days, but at 2 wall pieces a day, the most I'm looking at is roughly 100 more days, which is a tad over 3 months, but I believe it won't take 3 months. I believe I can probably knock it over in a couple, with the addition of the free wall rings, the gold pass, the bonus at the end of the gold pass, and so on and so forth. I believe I can probably knock it over within a couple of months, but it won't take 3, that's for sure. But we'll keep track of it on each of my updates. So all of the updates from now on are going to be really just a brief look at how many walls I was able to get done that week. In any case, that's all I've got for this video. The base is essentially finally maxed, or it will be in a couple of days. And to me, when you have a maxed base, now you can start to fully enjoy the game as that town hall level, because up until that time you are weak. And of course, once my walls are done, I'll then take this to Town Hall 12, and we'll start the Town Hall 12 progress videos from there. Anyway, all that's left to say is thanks for watching.